Have you ever wondered how Jungkook would react if Taehyung suddenly revealed something very personal in public? That's what happened in a recent episode of a South Korean variety show. The interview segment went smoothly, full of jokes and laughter typical of the members. However, in the midst of small talk about everyday life, Taehyung suddenly holds the mic quietly. His eyes, which usually sparkled with naivety, this time looked serious and deep. All eyes were on him, including Jungkook, who sat beside him with a curious expression. The host noticed the change in atmosphere and asked the camera to focus on V. What happened next was completely unexpected. Instead of joking or giving a safe answer, Taehyung starts talking about his feelings all along. "Jungkook, he said, followed by a moment of silence that left the entire studio quiet. "There's one thing I've always wanted to tell you in front of so many people." That opening sentence alone is enough to make the heart of the army watching pounding. Is it about conflict? Or maybe a shocking confession? Jungkook himself looked frozen, his eyes widened in amazement and a little apprehension. And then, in a soft but firm voice, Taehyung continued, "Thank you. Thank you for always being by my side, even in the most difficult moments that no one knows about." He then recounted a moment where Jungkook, without showing off, had helped him through a difficult time in their careers. Not by bombastic motivational words, but by constant presence, a warm cup of coffee in the workout room late at night, or simply by sitting quietly with him. Tears began to roll down Jungkook's eyes, who did not expect at all that his small act turned out to mean so much to Taehyung. Taehyung finished with, "I love you so much, my sister." This scene immediately went viral, with millions of tweets from the army overwhelmed and shocked by the depth of their relationship. Taehyung's sudden and heartfelt comment not only brought Jungkook to tears, but also reminded us all of the power of sincere gratitude and care between the two of them. The studio room, which was previously filled with laughter, is now shrouded in Haru's silence. The camera clearly captured the drops of water that were no longer restrained, flowing slowly down Jungkook's cheeks. He lowered his head, trying to hide his face with his hands, but his slightly moving shoulders revealed just how deep the emotion he felt was. Taehyung, after saying his words, only smiled softly and hugged Jungkook tightly, who was moved by his feelings. A hug is short but powerful. It speaks more than 1,000 words. The host of the event, who was also visibly touched, finally broke the silence. This is very unexpected," he said with a trembling voice. "We all thought this was going to be a joke-filled episode, but it turned out that V gave us all such a deep and precious moment." The reaction on social media was explosive. Within minutes, the hashtags #ThankYouTaehyung and #JungkookCries instantly dominated trending topics worldwide. The comments column was filled with messages from fans from all over the world who were moved. "Who would have thought we would cry today?" wrote a fan. "I was watching in the office and had to pretend there was something in my eyes," wrote another. Many admitted that they were goosebumps and surprised by the depth of the bond shown by the two BTS members. Some longtime fans even shared old clips showing the two's little moments, proving that what Taehyung revealed wasn't just words, but a reflection of their real relationship. What makes this moment even more memorable is the nature of Taehyung himself, who is known to be very private with his feelings. He rarely exposes his vulnerable side in front of the camera like this. That's why his confession feels so honest and powerful. Not a script, not for imaging, but an unstoppable outpouring of sincere emotions at the right moment. Jungkook, on the other hand, showed his authentic emotional side. His cry is a cry of surprise, anguish, and perhaps also relief. To hear words that he himself may not have been aware of how meaningful they are. The episode, which was originally only expected to be a light entertainment spectacle, turned into an emotional time capsule. A reminder that behind the glamour of international celebrities, they are mere mortals with complex and deep bonds of friendship. Taehyung didn't just take Jungkook and ARMY by surprise. He delivered a moment that, for many, restored faith in the power of true friendship. And for the ARMY, this is an unexpected gift that is more valuable than any ratings and trophies. A few days after the episode aired, the wave of shock and emotion continued. A short video uploaded by Big Hit Music unexpectedly heated up the situation even more. In the behind-the-scenes video, Jungkook is seen coming to Taehyung after filming. The sound of the recording was dim, but their expressions spoke volumes. Jungkook hugged Taehyung once more and said quietly, "Hyung, I don't even remember that moment." "How can you remember?" Taehyung just laughed lightly and replied, "Because it means a lot to me." This simple scene melted the hearts of fans who felt the story wasn't really finished. One entertainment industry analyst even gave his take, calling this moment a masterclass in authentic public relations. However, the ARMY quickly denied it. For them, it's not about strategy, but about honesty. This is clear evidence of the BTS group dynamic that they often take pride in, a family, not just group mates. The effect also penetrated into the music charts. BTS's friendship and support theme songs, such as Spring Day and Life Goes On, saw a significant increase in streaming. In fact, a charity project dedicated to mental health that Jungkook once supported was suddenly flooded with donations under the name From ARMY, inspired by V and JK. That moment of Taehyung's honesty on TV, which was originally like a stone thrown into a quiet pond, had created ripples that turned into huge waves. It not only shocked and moved one studio, but touched the hearts of millions of people around the world. He taught that in a fast-paced and pretentious era, sincerity and recognition of the simple kindness of others is the most shocking and most needed surprise. This event will be remembered not as a scandal or a sensation, but as a pure portrait of a bond that dared to declare, "I appreciate you," before the whole world.